And now we're getting to the main event, which is the battles, right? I bet everybody's excited to see this digital startups battles kick off. We will give you guys a quick, let's do a 5-7 minute break so you can go to the restroom, go grab a coffee, get some juice. We can also set up everything for the digital startups. And in 5 minutes time, so half past, it's 11:25, 11:30, we're gonna kick off the battles. So we'll see you guys in 5 minutes and let the show proceed.
YAIR.io, the all-in-one platform for your food needs. The online food ordering and service market is increasingly being dominated by online platform intermediaries, which appear to be working well at a glance. However, the terms are frequently changed by the platform's operator to benefit themselves and not always the business owners, in a number of ways, including restaurant paying up to 30% commission to intermediary platforms. Operators are subject to any unilateral changes in policy and restrictive barriers to vital information from the market. Bytes is a decentralized food service ecosystem that significantly reduces business commission fees and enables direct online interaction between customers and merchants on the online platform. The Bytes decentralized food service ecosystem is designed to easily organize your food consumption. It's super easy to become a Bytes food merchant. Want to join? Fill out the submission form on our website. Help us start the next food revolution and get this hunt going at www.bytes.io.
Hi, I'm Florian Braeunig. I'm co-founder of YAIR, and YAIR stands for Your Art is Reality. What you can see here is like really expensive original artworks. And the thing with them is they need this originality and scarcity in order to produce these huge values. So let me tell you about the problem that digital art has. Even a child could make a copy that is not any different from its original source, so it's a big issue with the security of the artwork itself. Till today, there's no standard to create something in digital art that can be compared with that originality, that uniqueness of a physical artwork to achieve crazy big valuations. That's why art created in digital medium hasn't achieved the fame and the impact on the market yet. This is exactly where we're coming in with our solution on the blockchain to create something that can be compared with originality of physical artworks in the digital world.
So the first question that we'd like to ask you, and for everybody to understand how the battles will be taking place, there'll be 3 questions asked in these battles. Each participant has 70 seconds to answer them. After every round, the judges, which we have in front of us, will be able to ask any questions if they have for either of the teams. And then after all 3 battles are completed, we'll have the final 10-15 minute Q&A from the judges and also from you, audience. If you guys can also go over to Slido. Slido.com is the website, and if you type in hashtag Nakamoto's Den, you'll be able to submit your own questions. Also, talking about Nakamoto's Den, the hashtag of today is Nakamoto's Den 2019, so if you want to send some pictures, remember to hashtag it. So that being said, let's go ahead and do the stopwatch fully with this one. So there we go. Let's get it rolling. All right, so 3, no, what 3, 2? I need to ask a question, right? So the first question, guys, is the open-ended one, which is, how much money are you looking to raise and why? And we go 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
So our goal is to raise a minimum of $4 million, US dollars that is. The reason why is we have to compete with a lot of powerful platform operators in the business, very wealthy, high budgets on marketing. So we made an operational plan that will bring us to a feasible business model, feasible business user numbers, And yeah, we made a marketing approach plan with cost per acquisition. And that approach for a runway of 4 years to come close to a break-even number of users in that same period amounts to about $4 million USD, of which almost 7% will be invested in marketing or community growth.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Now we'll pass it over to Aaron and Florian. So 3, 2, 1. You remember the question?
Yeah.
It's all yours. Go ahead.
So
Florian.
we're looking forward to raise an additional 350,000. We already raised 200,000 in this current round. So it's the pre-STO round. We're going to be a security token, and we need the money to put the MVP on track, create the first major use case, making like 2 million in art turnover in our token economic, and sell about 500,000 in STO tokens in 2019, and then we are ready to start
to launch
to start off in 2020, like fully.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Florian. So now let's go over to the second question. We'll go we'll start off with Bytes. Is there a need for immutability or decentralization in your project?
Yeah, we definitely believe so. Decentralization and intermediation is definitely something we need in the food industry across the board. So within food supply chains, within retail dynamics, within wholesale dynamics, but also within food service dynamics. So decentralization and disintermediation is something that is needed in this industry. And the immutability is something that we're going to use or to utilize and to prove that we're a truly neutral platform. So our only goal is to bring together supply and demand, but in a neutral way. We won't have any self-interest. We won't have any self-interest in certain modification of information or skewed algorithms. And we're going to use the blockchain's immutability to make true on that promise.
Awesome, awesome. So, and now the same question refers back to Florian and Air. So,
yeah,
let you go ahead.
So, yeah, when it comes to really valuable art assets, like normally in this $64 billion market, this is speaking of canvases and sculptures mostly, or other really valuable collectibles. They have a physical aspect. So, there's this uniqueness. And for digital assets, like a video, of course, you need blockchain technology to create something that can be compared with that originality, but at the same time, it can make it super liquid and amazingly convenient for art investment funds and family offices and even like individual collectors to stake into art pieces like this, because the art becomes the token is the product. So.
Goes hand in hand.
Goes hand in hand, and it's the ultimate proof of provenance and certificate of ownership. Everything that you need in the normal art market can be locked up in one token.
Awesome, awesome. And here we go for the final question. For a bit ding ding ding. Yeah, we should have wrote a bell. The third question is starting off with Bits. Who is actually going to use your product, aka who is your ideal client?
So obviously we have clients on both ends. So we have business clients and end user clients at the end of the consumers. So business clients, we're currently onboarding restaurants that are fed up with how this industry is shaped. We are currently onboarding food producers, food processors they want a direct market link towards the consumer. So no going through the traditional intermediary channels. And from the end user perspective, we are looking for a digital consumer, aware of how industry is shaped and might be misshaped in some places. So from a demographic, it's probably between 16 and 35, that range, and aware about the industry, about food in general.
Awesome, awesome. And same question goes to you, Florian. So, who is actually going to use your product?
Sure. On the one hand side, we have artists and institutions and galleries who can make use of our platform selling the digital media. And on the other hand side, of course, the end consumer is in the building phase, art investment funds, family offices, individual collectors. who are already like part of this ecosystem. So every artist we're looking to work with has already established a value in the market and has his collectors around him and around these galleries, which are typically like spread around the globe to cover all of the market for themselves. And yeah, but there's also a big chance that we can see that we slowly build up a community of art enthusiasts, so basically people who have been previously locked out by expense and to invest into this market. As you can trade and own fractions of a really expensive artwork, it is going to be a super interesting use case, and we're looking forward like to build this out within the next 5 years.
Awesome. So there you go, guys. The questions have been asked. We'll give now the opportunity to the judges. We just need a mic. Could we get a handheld mic? I'm sure the judges have a question or two for the great teams. Also, I forgot to mention, so Bytes is from Holland and YAIR is from Germany. So this is one thing I forgot to mention, but there we go. And I'll give it up to the judge. Do the judges have any questions for the following projects? Ronnie?
Two questions to both of you. I understand both of you are raising through tokens, your utility tokens and your security tokens. If you could further elaborate about the token, how it will be used within the ecosystem, specifically for you, whether you will be creating a specific token for every item, or you will have a token for like an art fund, a tokenized fund, basically. That's one. And two, I would like to get some further information about the current status of your ecosystem, your technology, and every asset you think you have as a project.
Should I take lead? Okay, thanks. So from a token perspective, you're right, it's a utility token. A token is going to be mostly used to reward participation by the community. So I mentioned disintermediation across the board. That also means on the level of data, for example. Consumers generate valuable data for producers and suppliers and also marketeers. And usually this information only ends up at the intermediate level. They control this data, they manage the data, they sell this data. We're going to open up that barrier. So if the consumer is willing to share the data with our algorithms and with our advertising model, we're going to pay them, reward them in our tokens. Same goes when they write valued reviews. Reviews are valued by the community. They provided valuable input to the quality assessment in our ecosystem. So we're going to reward them for that input. And
they will be able to use the token how?
Yeah, they will be able to use it as a utility token, so interchange it in the future, for example, products or service. And besides that, we're also using the token in our governance model. So we'll have designed a governance model, a decentralized governance model, in which the tokens can be used to weigh in on a voted proposal. So people that adopt our platform early on and our early adopters can have a higher influence in the future of proposals. So that means early participation, early contribution is rewarded.
You want to say a few words, Florian?
Well, I can start. So yeah, first of all, right now we're raising on an equity round of German ordinary shares till we reach the state of our STO. Then the STO will create a token, which is the overall YAIR token itself. So it's basically a share in an ever-growing collection. And with this token, you got a utility inside as well. You can stake into different artworks in order to maximize your profits by diversifying your art collection. The rights for the STO will be participation rights and the profits, for example. And what was the other questions? One of the questions I can remind because was what is the current stage of our technology? So we're looking to complete our MVP in June this year. And then we have a 3-month test phase, and we're going to launch the product in September, alongside with legal compliance for European STO law. This is what our lawyers from Linden Partners are doing. They currently issued the first security token in Germany. And this is where we're going to launch a major proof of case at Ars Electronica in Linz, which is the biggest electronic art festival in the world. And we're doing this with Eternity Ventures together, as they created an amazing case with drone paintings.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah, I'd like to pitch in on the state of our project. So we just finished our MVP, which is fully operational on a private EOS node at this point. And we're planning a field test pilot with products and produce in April. Planning a product launch and a beta public launch around August, September as well.
Awesome.
So just what's your growth strategy? I mean, this is like Food Panda, just decentralized. And their USP is the easiness of use. Blockchain, cryptocurrencies, utility tokens, coins, they bring additional layer of complexity. How are you gonna?
So we tried to mitigate that as much as we could on the front end. So I could show you the app when you walk by our stand later. It's just a very intuitive, simple ordering app. From the token perspective, we integrated a wallet into the app. So it's basically just like they see the balance going up and down. In the back end, we handle all the complexity with creating an account on the blockchain, in this case EOS, and having the resources aligned. So on that case, there's no complexity for the user. Our growth strategy is that there's a lot of dissatisfaction amongst business users. So our onboarding is going really easy. A lot of parties are trying to get on our business side of the app. And the reward system for the users should eventually generate a network effect that combined with our marketing should help us scale.
The payment will be in, so I will order in.
You can pay in any type of currency. So from the beginning, even we expect that 99.9% of our transactions will be paid in fiat. But the option is there to pay in a crypto if you collected them, or even if you just collected them by spending on our platform. So but we offer both payment options.
If you could, each of you, name the top 2 or 3 competitors in your industries?
In the blockchain space, you mean? Or in
Not
general?
necessarily.
In the industry?
Ones that you're trying to
so for us in the Netherlands, it's definitely Takeaway.com, Deliveroo, and parties in Germany like Foodora. And there's also some smaller initiatives starting in the Netherlands, which try to combat the same dissatisfaction as we do. But they have different propositions to us. So they are startup competitors as well.
Yeah, I can first start answering your question, Luca. Like the growth strategy is purely because blockchain is in the beginning harder to use. Will be especially like this professional art collectors, and but at the same time we legitimize the product by having cooperation exhibitions or like created exhibitions with major institutions. So this is where we onboard and start to grow our community of art enthusiasts. Like,
awesome.
And then the other answer is like the other competitors is well, there is obviously a lot of products at the moment that try to tokenize physical assets, like Mecenas, for example. They raised about 11 million in their ICO 2017, and they are looking forward to tokenize physical artworks, like blue chip artworks, above 1 million in value. We think it's not really like decentralizing the process. Of course, certificates is an amazing opportunity to invest into really valuable art pieces, but in our, like compared in our strategy, you will own the art as a token. You have direct access to the asset itself, and all of this is decentralized.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for the questions.